Good morning, interwebs. It is just about 11 o'clock. Well, 10:53. Let's be specific here because I don't know how long it's going to take us to get where we're going. But we are going to pick up our pigs at the meat locker. So they've been waiting for us since I was in California. But we couldn't get them till now. So our freezers have been defrosted, all ready for our pork for the year to arrive. And we didn't get any beef this year, so it's going to be a pork-filled 2018, I guess. So, ready? Oh, we're waiting for people to buckle their seatbelts.
Yep.
That's why we're sitting at the end of the driveway.
We have a slow pokey.
We're enjoying the beautiful view of the cornfield. Well, it is like 3:48, something like that. And I'm headed to bed here as soon as I get an Etsy order wrapped up. But I thought that I would tell you about how the rest of my day went. We're going to walk through the dark for a second so that I can tell you about how our day went. So last I talked to you, we were on our way to go to Frankfurt and pick up our pigs, because we got two from the locker. And this is now what my chest freezer looks like. It's very, very full. So that is good. The bottom layer of the chest freezer is actually full of like ice cream buckets. There's 8 ice cream buckets in the bottom that are full of chunked and frozen peaches. And then this is what our stand-up freezer looks like right now. It is very full as well. Like, these are full of frozen fruit. There's beef in here. We got a cow last year, and so we didn't get one this year. We tried to use about half of it. And also back behind these buckets, there's a bunch of ground pork. Steve put these buckets in the front because the pork was not made in like fully flat squares, so it kind of jumps. And that's scary when food jumps out of your freezer. So I'm gonna walk back through the dark again. But yes, we got our meat. We put it all away. I think I'd mentioned that we cleaned out the freezers. I don't remember if I mentioned that or not, but we have. We cleaned out the freezers recently, like in the last 2 days. Defrosted them, got rid of things, moved things around, all that. And yeah, we have the 2 freezers. And for anybody that's curious, no, it does not cost very much electricity-wise to run the 2 freezers. Certainly, it costs less than we save by doing our meat the way that we do. Also, I don't know if I ever mentioned that we got more apples. Did I mention that? But yeah, Steve got more apples. 3 of these. I think it's, oh no, the kids already sorted those 2 boxes. That's what that's about. So those 2 half bushels, and then these about 2 more bushels, I think. Might have been a little bit more. But from his coworker, they weren't going to use the apples, and Steve was talking to her, and she's like, yeah, go get them. So he did. Tonight I canned green beans in the pressure canner, which worked wonderfully tonight. So I still have some more green beans to get through. I have about half a crate left, but I will get to those. More tomatoes will be coming down the pike tomorrow. I have barbecue sauce that still needs to get put up tomorrow. I just didn't get to it because we had other things going on today. But that is the way that things work sometimes. And I think that was everything I wanted to remember to tell you about. Oh, Steve brought in corn today. That's right, we had really tasty dinner. I made country ribs in the crock pot because I needed the space, so I actually had last year's country ribs were still left because I had been, hoarding them, and then I've got new ones. So I made 2 packages of country ribs in our gigantic crock pot with, there was some tomato, juice in the freezers that needed to come out that had just gotten thrown in there because it needed a place to go so it wouldn't go bad at the time. And so yeah, we put that in, and then I had literally 5 bottles of ketchup shoved in the bottom shelf of my fridge because I keep my dry beans on the bottom shelf of my fridge so they don't go bad. And when I finish a jar or a bottle of ketchup, I just shove it on the bottom shelf with the little bit in it, and I go, oh, when I make pork, I'll put a little water in it, shake it up, and dump it in the crock pot. Well, it's not that we haven't had this in a while, because I have used barbecue sauce the last couple of times, and then I forgot one time. So needless to say, we had 5 bottles of ketchup that needed to be rinsed. So I did that, and then I took the juice that had cooked with the meat, and I ended up making rice in that juice. So it was really good pork infused rice. It was quite tasty. And Steve brought in corn today from our garden. He brought in, I don't know if it's all the corn we're gonna get. It might be, but I cleaned it all. It was not the greatest quality corn, but it tasted all right. So once I cleaned it all up, cooked that up, and we had that for dinner. So that was really, really yummy. And for lunch, we had, we made like breakfast for lunch. We had bacon because we had a couple of things of bacon from last year that had slid down in the freezer. So we wanted to get those out, you know, so we can get all the fresh stuff. So we had about half a pound of bacon all diced up in a cast iron skillet with some onion and then eggs on that. And then I had some applesauce that I've recently made. So we had that right out of the fridge and some bread with some of the peach jam on it. So good day of good, like, home, I don't know, home dealt with food, I guess. I don't know. But it was delicious. So hopefully my cooking mojo will be back to some extent now that we have full freezers. That usually kicks it in gear a bit. And it was cool today again. So I've been wearing my shawl. I had it over my shoulders earlier, and then it was really cold, and I love the fact that with the shawl, if I turn it this way, so it's all like laying on your chest, how quickly it makes you feel warm, which is bad if you're hot and you're somewhere, but really nice if you want like a quick way to warm up, you know. And then I fought with the computer for a little while. Our internet is doing fine for like downloading and streaming stuff. It's actually doing extremely well with that right now. However, it is being a pain when it comes to uploading. I am kind of at the point where our upload speed, it takes me somewhere between 15 and 25 minutes per approximately minute of footage to upload something. So uploading my 20-some minute podcast on the other channel, yeah, it took me all day. It didn't go up till late. It should have come out on Monday, but I didn't even film until Tuesday because of the craft show, and Tuesday night at that because, you know, I was busy. And then I went to like save it and compress it and everything last night, and I told you it was going so slow. So then I go to load everything to do the upload this morning, and yeah, all day. I did take a little break in the afternoon. I turned off the upload because we wanted to use the computer, and you know, I'm not the only person in the house, so I have to share. But I turned off for just a little while, and then when everyone went to rest time, I turned it back on, and it still didn't get done until we ate dinner, which... So all my uploads this week are going to be a little behind, but that's okay. It just means that I have to have patience and, you know, better planning skills, which I don't have either of those things, but we'll work on it. Okay, off to wrap this Etsy order, and then I am going to bed, and I will see you all tomorrow. Nighty-night.